is Miss Keys, and I'm here to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the bare naked truth.
State your name for the record.
Miss Keys.
All right, so I'm going to go ahead and read you your rights. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be posted and used against you. You can plead the fifth if you are scared of speaking the bare naked truth. Do you understand your rights?
I understand.
All right, so let's get right into it. So, Miss Keys, research shows that you are a Hampton native. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, and it's to my understanding that you got your start in the church
That is correct.
and had a group titled Reborn Spirit.
Yes.
Walk us through that stage in your life and what was going through your mind at that time.
I was in high school and was learning how to play piano and how to write music. And I had a group of me and two other singers where I started writing gospel music. And my first song that I've ever recorded with that group was called Oh My God. So it was just me trying to use my gift in a positive way.
Okay, okay. And so you grew up in the church.
Yes.
Then you got into modeling and the music career followed.
Yes.
So at the time, were you still in church during this transition?
Kind of.
Okay. And so while going through this transition, was there a struggle from what you grew up on going to a more worldly atmosphere?
Yes.
Okay. Can you tell us about that?
I was raised in a church where we had to participate in everything. So I was a praise dancer, cheerleader, served water to the bishop, etc. They're called auxiliaries.
Hmm.
So I was in every auxiliary in the church. However, I was doing secular music, modeling, and things like that. So I took that opportunity to get out of the auxiliaries until I felt like I was strong enough to do both.
Okay. All right. So, you know, enough about your past. Let's fast forward now.
Okay.
So let's speak about the more present day Miss Keys. And first off, I just want to say for some reason, my team worked overtime for this interaction. You know, they had work stacked up for me. You know, I felt like one of them little guys on a Friday trying to get off. But anyway, let's get back on uh, point here. So when it comes to content, everything is sexy. From modeling, performing, content creation. Is that purposely done? Or, and when did you realize that you had become like, I'll say an ornament of seduction for both sexes?
Oh, oh God.
You can
Um,
plead the fifth if need be.
oh no, I absolutely don't have to do that.
Okay.
Everything I post isn't sexy.
Okay.
That's what people see because it's on their algorithm.
Hmm.
But I post me as a mother. I post me as a believer of God. I post me as a member in the community.
Okay.
As a supporter of others that do music and modeling.
Hmm.
It's just that's what people gravitate to, and
Got you.
that's what the internet pushes. But
Mm,
I'm way more than just a sex figure.
got you. All right, and so I'm glossing over the notes here, and I definitely want to say congratulations to the new addition, new
Thank you.
mom. You know, we see the videos. You know, you're working. You have baby girl right there with you. How do you juggle your workload and still find time to be a mom?
It doesn't feel like a juggle.
Okay.
When I was pregnant, or even before, I always did two or three things at a time.
Okay.
I always had a 9 to 5, plus did music and modeling. At one point, I did radio. So me adding on being a mother, that was just training in the past to be able to have her with me. It doesn't feel like I'm juggling anything. It feels like I just got my best friend with me all the time.
Okay. Sweet, sweet. And just for the record, how many hearts did you break when you revealed the pregnancy?
A cool three that
A
I
cool
know
three
of.
that you know of.
That I know of.
Okay, so you know, being in the world, I'm gonna tell you there was definitely more than three.
Oh.
Yeah, but you know, that's just between us. I won't tell anyone else.
Okay.
And afterwards, once you had your daughter, were you concerned that your modeling gigs would slow down after you had the baby?
No,
Okay,
because they didn't slow down while I was pregnant. I
okay,
had my last photo shoot the Saturday before I gave birth, and I
wow.
had the very next one 2 weeks after I gave birth. So I never thought that that would be an issue,
Hmm.
because I'm a professional. So I took it as it's just time to get back to work.
Okay. And since everything is still the same, how are you embracing the mom bod?
Um, I had a moment.
Okay.
I had a moment. I've always like since like my late 20s to right before I got pregnant have been about 150 pounds.
Mhm.
And I gained 28 pounds with her.
Mhm.
So at first I was feeling good because I saw these curves and this nice body, and I started eating. And
Okay, I understand.
I I gained all that weight back without a baby,
Mhm.
and it kind of I had to snap myself out of it. But for a moment, I did feel like, she's my body doesn't look the same. I don't know what's different. I just feel different.
Mhm.
But now I don't. I feel like I look the same. To be honest with you, I
Okay.
feel like I don't think it's a mom bod.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
definitely, definitely see there's no shortage of gigs. So,
Yeah.
congratulations on that. And
Thank you.
if memory serves me correctly, you were part of Red Room? Were you part of Red Room?
Yes.
Okay. And now you have branched out to do your music on your own now.
Oh, like that.
Mhm.
Okay. Whew. I thought we were going a different direction.
Okay. Well,
So
what direction should we be going in? Let
you
me
know
ask you that.
exactly where you went. Let's stay on that road.
Okay.
So no, I actually at one point was a marketing director for Red Room, but I was never signed to Red Room.
Okay,
I was
got you.
actually signed to Rockstars Entertainment for about 12 years. That's my nugget in the
Okay.
background. Uh-huh.
Yep. Mom on duty.
Mom on duty. For I believe about 12 years. If it wasn't signed contract, it was we worked together very closely,
Mhm.
and I started working with other people, not in a sense of leaving the label behind. It's just you start to network with other people.
Okay, got you.
So I ended up networking with Red Room Records, but I've actually been an independent artist since October of 2022.
Okay. And so now you're out on your own, doing
Yes.
your own thing, rapping.
Yes.
So what prompted that change?
I was mad at my child's father.
Okay. Okay. Well, we'll get to that in a moment
Okay.
now. All right. And what is your relationship now like with Lanique and Terrific?
They are still my brother and sister.
Sweet, sweet.
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely. Actually, Lanique's going to be watching Nugget tonight while I perform.
Sweet.
Yeah.
All right. Shouts to them.
Yes.
All right. And let's go here real quick, since you brought it up.
Mhm.
Um, the team did catch a glimpse of your live the other day, and you definitely said a lot of things concerning your child's father
I did.
and your current situation when it comes to your child.
Yes.
Um, why did you feel the need to address that on a live, and why do you think the people needed to know?
I think there's a stigma between single mothers that we're all angry,
Mm-hmm.
bitter, things like that, that we want money or we're trying to destroy our life. And I've come to realize in my life that sometimes I have to lead by example and show people that there's a different route to go about things.
Mm-hmm.
That not everybody wants money or to destroy someone's life.
Yeah.
That's not what I'm out to do. I wanted to show the world that there is somebody out there, even though no one else is talking about it.
Mm-hmm.
I am a mom out there that simply wants my daughter to be loved by her father.
Got you.
I will never, and I said it on the live, and I've said it to him, and I will say it to other young women coming up behind me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want child support. I do not want name on a birth certificate. I just want my daughter to know who her father is because that is deserved by any daughter. That's how you
Got you.
break a generational curse. Is to make sure the father or a strong male figure is in a child's life.
Got you. And now I noticed also that, and I may have missed it, but you never called the name out. Are you purposely not saying the name?
Yes,
Okay.
life lessons has taught me that certain information is for you,
Mm-hmm.
but other information isn't for you to put out about someone because they
Got you.
have their own lives, and it wouldn't help anything anyway.
Got you. So I'm
So,
glad you weren't out there like Byron.
oh
You know how that
no,
go. Okay, great, great,
no,
great.
I can't control what other people do, but
Okay,
as for me in my house, I will not.
got you. And so, and I don't want to stay on that too long. So let's go to the other things you have going on. You have the Paradox concert series.
Yes, no, yes, yes.
Okay. And why is the word paradox important to you?
I feel like I'm a paradox.
Okay.
Um,
Well, for those who don't know, I do have a definition. Excuse me.
Go ahead.
It's a seemingly absurd or self-contradictory statement or proposition that, when investigated or explained, may prove to be founded, or true. Now, for guys like me who didn't understand what that meant, I had to go find synonyms and stuff like that. And one of them was contradictory. So, okay, carry on. Why do you think that pertains to you?
Um, a lot of people don't understand why a majority of the time I'm happy.
Hmm.
I'm not a stranger to 90% of the things that have happened to me in my life where I've told it as a testimony. And one thing I always get told is, how are you still smiling? How are you still alive? How haven't you lost your mind? I'm like, it's because of God. I'm like,
Okay,
but if I were in that situation, I would have. That's not me.
got you.
I do love the people that hate me. I do pray for those that despitefully use me. I do believe that there's another route to go outside of being angry all the time.
Hmm.
And it is a paradox. Most people would have fallen into a different way of life, and I'm just misunderstood in that direction. Like, there's no way you're that happy. I really am.
Okay, hey,
I
there's
really
nothing
am.
wrong with that.
Yeah.
I smile a lot too, and they tell me I look mean. So, good for
Keep
you on that one.
smiling.
Oh, I'm gonna smile, just not in pictures though.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah,
I mean,
that
you're a
stays
guy. You
between
gotta,
us.
you
Yeah, I
gotta hit
got
him
to,
with one of those. Like,
got to stay thugged out.
yeah, I get it.
All right, so from your religious upbringing
Mhm.
to modeling, singing, rapping, your image,
Right.
to being is it okay to call you a MILF? Is that fine? Do you think you're a MILF? Okay, we'll carry on. Uh,
Oh.
so do you still like abide by any of the morals and values that you learned growing up, and how do they tie into your everyday life?
I do, 100%. I pray every single day,
Hmm.
um, almost every hour.
Okay.
And that is something that I learned not just from church, but just from life experiences. That the only consistency that I do have in my life is God. And when things do come up against me to hurt me or harm me or make me out to self-destruct, I still lean on God. Not on religion, because religion is just different practices. That's like communion. That's like,
Hmm.
I'm going to go to church all the time. Those are those things. But praying and having a conversation with God is not something that I will ever stop doing, because no matter what, whether I have 100 people around me that are yes men, or 5 people around me that are fake friends, or 2 people around me that are the best friends ever, I still have to give it all to God, and that's never going to change.
Okay. All right, and I definitely appreciate that. All right, so one last question here:
Okay.
Who wore the orange hair better, Miss Keys, Jessica Rabbit, Ice Spice, or Carrot Top? You still under oath?
Well, first of all, I've
Hmm.
never had orange hair.
You never had orange?
I've never had orange.
Okay, well, for the sake of the question, we'll say it's orange.
But then that'll be a lie. Aren't we here to tell the truth, nothing but the truth, bear in
Wow,
witness?
she's good. Okay, so with that being said,
So if it's orange hair, Ice Spice.
okay,
Jessica Rabbit also didn't have orange hair; she had red hair.
okay,
So
we're doing
Ice
Jessica
Spice
Rabbit.
had the best orange hair
Hmm.
between her and Carrot Top.
Got you.
If you want to go red hair, I have to say me, because I even did Jessica Rabbit. Not did Jessica Rabbit, but I dressed
Okay.
like her. So it's definitely me.
Okay. Well, that's cool. Well, y'all heard that? She looks better than Jessica Rabbit.
Yeah.
She looks better than Ice Spice and Carrot Top.
I didn't say
All right.
that.
That's
I
what
didn't
we
say
heard.
that.
That's what I heard.
Everybody is beautiful in their own way.
That's cool. But from what I heard, you said you look better than them. Okay, but we're not gonna stay on that too long. So, real quick before we get out of here, I want you to tell the people where they can find you and anything that you have going on that you want them to know about.
You can find me at www.themiskeys.com. That's TheMisskeys.com. All of my social handles are there. All my new music, everything is there. Um, as far as what I have going on, we did mention the Paradox concert. First came out September 2022. Last year I was pregnant, couldn't do it, but this year we are back and better than ever, and there is a game plan. I am doing 5 rhythm and sounds showcases where I'm able to look at different artists, dancers, poets, etc., and just get an overall view of the art and talent that we have in our general area. And then in June, I'm going to do an artist boot camp so that they're able to understand marketing, PR. If they're a rapper, I'm going to have like a rapper there that is like a top lyricist here, just so on and so forth, to really cater to that craft. And then once they graduate the boot camp, that's when we're going to be picking the artists for the September Paradox concert, the Enigma. And that is going to be September 14th at the Hampton Roads Convention Center.
Okay. But once again, ladies and gentlemen, this is Miss Keys, mother, incredible artist, from everything, singing, rapping, content creation. She's a paradox, but she's real to herself. And I
Yes.
appreciate you for sitting down with us today. Much success on your career, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day.
You too. Keep encouraging yourself.
All right.
Bye.